Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today, it is the Work in Progress Wednesday hobby hangout, and so I thought we'd do something new to this week, and we're going to start by showing off some hobby from around our Discord server to start with. So if you want to be a part of this in the future, you can do so on Work in Progress Wednesday. I'll put up a post, I'll try and gather up a ton of photos from when I post in there, and I'll save them for file and we'll show them off here. So if you've got hobby work that you'd like to show off, maybe this could be either showing your finished work off or showing that you're partway through something, and then next week we can see your progress and see where you've come from the week before. So to start off with, let's get cracking into this. Before I start doing some hobby, we'll show off all the hobby that people have put out there for everyone to see. So let's have a look. So to start with, we got one of our people. Here's, and turn my sound off on my photo. Draw this up. So we've got Big Voss in our Discord. He is currently painting up this Kingdom Death miniature, a goat miniature from Kingdom Death. Looks pretty sweet. This is what he's been painting up. Awesome. I can't wait to see this finish. I really do love the Kingdom Death minis. There's a ton of fantastic, weird-looking minis. There's also some really cool pin-up minis from the company. A bunch of great miniatures and really high-quality miniatures as well, I will say. Next up, we've got what looks like a Death Guard model here from Elliot. Pretty darn cool. Looks like he's just started up his Death Guard. He's really got that nice sort of, what do you call it, the like putrid sort of look going on that Death Guard already. Can't wait to see these cranked out some more. And he's got a custode that he shared with us as well, going for the blue and gold, the very traditional custode sort of scheme you see. We then had Morphic share his Saurus Old Blood with us. Pretty awesome. We then had someone share that this was what they were doing for hobby this week. I mean, this counts as hobby, right? Joel shared that he's been listening to Richard Strachan, The End of Enlightenment. As said before, I cannot recommend this book enough. I mean, I haven't personally read or listened to this one yet. However, Warcry Catacombs was a fantastic novel by Richard Strachan, so I have no doubt this will be really cool as well. We then got Lucy Lou in the Discord sharing her Nagash progress with us. Awesome. I always love seeing the big god models painted up. We then have Blue Fluff showing off these amazing Stormcast Eternals. Dude, these are looking awesome. Really, really good looking Stormcast Eternals here. I really like the... now I'm going to say blue. It could be purple, but, you know, colorblind and all that. But either way, I dig the scheme. We then had a Caratron Airship here, shared by Jay Durthu, which, you know, completely goes against the name of the dude in our Discord. I mean, he's called Durthu, and I am yet to see him share a Durthu painted, so what are you doing, buddy? And then Doot shared a Deathwatch Bike Captain that he's going to be painting up. Pretty cool. Nice big thunder hammer there. And then someone here is Nick is building some Blade Lords. I mean, this counts as hobby, right? He's got his stuff out, so that definitely counts. So next week we at least expect to see pieces clipped out on the desk. Although there is a piece clipped out there, we at least expect to see a piece. And we're back to our goat. So thank you everyone for sharing a little bit of hobby with us all. That was cool to go see. But yeah, definitely really cool. We'll be doing this every Wednesday, so I'll be shouting out for people in the Discord server to share some hobby with us. And you'll get to share your hobby on the channel every Wednesday because it's awesome seeing everyone's working there. But anyway, that's that. How is everyone doing? We're going to be getting into some painting now. Crack open the energy drink. Carrying Commissar? No, not often. So glad to see you're here. Jay Durthu, I just pointed out, your name has Durthu in it, right? Why have I never seen you post a Durthu where Caratron is what you shared this week. I'm like, well, that's not a Durthu. But yes, hello everyone. So that'll be happening the start of every Wednesday show from now on of Share Hobby. I'll be organising that. So yeah, something to everyone to show off their hobby. I'll be asking for a thing in there every Wednesday morning my time. So I am in Adelaide, Australia. So we're continuing on the Wildwood Ranges that we've been painting up. I'm now just highlighting like all the dark green, the trim, and the face masks. Oh, nice. No Durthy? Well, I'm going to be painting up a Durthy soon. I've got a Durthy plan for this list. Oh, nice. Karen Commissar, you're 40k player, but you're getting into AOS? Awesome. Recently, I'm currently looking at starting a little bit of 40k for myself. So that'll be something. Oh, nice. Got family in Adelaide? Awesome. Are you from Oz as well, or? Oh. Fair enough. I see this in writing. Well, I will paint a Durthu for you, alright? I'll paint a Durthu in honor of your YouTube name. Oh, nice. You got family in Adelaide? That's how you found the channel? That's cool to hear, man. They moved over there and think you're Australian. Yeah, you spend like one something and you're like, I'm Australian. So yeah, I spent my day picking up a ton of stuff for like basing these models. A 9-inch down, nice to see them in. Oh, give me a sec, I've got to close. Oh, let's look at that open. Oh, nice. I always thought like a cool scheme. So, has anyone ever watched like the Flash TV series when he versus like the God of Speed and how I forget the name of the character, but anyway, he's like this metallic, like blue and metal sort of color. It looks really cool. I always thought like Sylvaneth would like really rock that in like a metallic Sylvaneth. Oh, yeah, I need a new hobby chair. Anyone wanna start a GoFundMe for a new hobby chair for me? This one is dead. This one has seen many better days. It eventually just like lowers on me. It's like gradually it just sort of lowers and lowers more and more. But yeah, so I've got a bit of should be able to smack out these Wildwood Ranges maybe even tonight. I've only got like highlighting and gems and wood. And we can start working on the Wild Riders that I've got. You can see the horses down here. Nice. If you're joining us though, let us know where you're from, what you're working on. I guess the big talking point is, since our last hobby stream, did the narrative show, and that was a bit of fun with Andrew. People seem to really enjoy the last narrative show that we did, so that was cool. I think we're sort of getting into our groove a bit with how we sort of run that show. We'll be doing another Mortal Citizens episode this week. Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about AOS. I think AOS has the better models in the range. Out of the two games, there are some 40k models, but I think AOS has that freedom to do so much with it. Yeah, some of the AOS models are just especially the big centerpieces are just amazing. Yeah, narrative show was a good bit of fun. We were trying to figure out what the last two Lumina things would be. I think we're probably going to try and do more stuff like that on narrative predictions and thinking about how things would be. And of course, we'll be doing a Mortal Citizens episode tomorrow. And we'll be talking all things Settlers Gain, which does mean there will be spoilers in that show. So if you haven't read Broken Realms Techness, please do go do so. Wow, that was a tongue twister. And I will be working on getting some podcast-friendly stuff happening for both the narrative show and Mortal Citizens, and we'll also look to get the Soulbound campaign that will be starting up soon on that as well, on podcast format as well. It will just take time. Everything seems to be moving in the right direction for the channel at the moment, so look, I've posted 4 time slots for Hobby Hangouts, and we've got all of them. Yeah, Settlers Gain is in Soulbound, by the way. And yeah, over. Well, no, they might have. So from what I know, so they probably do know more than what they say. Whether or not we get to playtest and any of that sort of stuff is different. But it is worth mentioning that when I was working for Soulbound and doing like playtesting stuff. So unlike previous RPGs where they've had like Dark Heresy and all that, Dark Heresy effectively made its own like part of the universe in 40k, and all of them did like, you know, Black Crusade and all that. They all made their own little parts of like the 40k universe rather than using existing stuff. And it was never really truly canon. Now, what they've done with Soulbound is they actually worked with the actual like Age of Sigmar department to write the narrative. So Nick Horth, C.L. Werner, and all of them were involved in Soulbound's lore creation. So everything in Soulbound is 100% canon. So here's a question for everyone in chat. All right, Karen Commissar was talking about above how he likes a lot of the models. The models are amazing. What is everyone's favorite Age of Sigmar kit? Now, when I say Age of Sigmar, I mean kit released since the beginning of Age of Sigmar. I'll allow end times releases to be included in that. What's everyone's favorite Warhammer Age of Sigmar kit? Because yeah, we'll allow end times units to be releases to be included because they're clearly made for Age of Sigmar. For me, favorite Age of Sigmar kit. I think the Star Drake still wins, to be honest. I think the Star Drake still wins for me. That model is just impressive. You haven't seen a Star Drake until you've seen it in the flesh. It is much, not necessarily taller than you imagine, but its mass is bigger. Yeah, for me, I think we've got very few new factions on the horizon. I think it's now pretty clear that Kernothi is just an expansion for Sylvaneth. That's pretty clear. Whatever Kragnos is, maybe he gets his own faction. So, like, and even like the Order of Azir now clearly looks like the Order of Azir now looks like it's an expansion for Cities of Sigmar rather than its own army, which is cool. Like Cities of Sigmar getting expansion, all wins for me. So those sort of things lead me to think that is exactly how we're going, Jay Durthy. Deepkin are cool. Yeah, like I think the Deepkin for me are probably the best aesthetic over a whole race. I think they have the best. When you look at an entire range of miniatures, I don't think it's like I think the Ideneth Deepkin win on like entirety. They may not have always the best kits out of all of them. Like if you compare them to equal things, like I don't think the Eels are really. like the Eels are really the best kit, but they still are good. Like they're a very solid, cool looking kit. But I think like Dawn Riders are by far a much cooler looking cavalry unit, or Cavallos Death Riders are. Elves riding on fish is cool, like, but you know what I mean. Like the IDNF have a bunch of good kits and some really great kits, but they've got no bad models in that range at all. Like they don't always have the best models in the range, like when you compare it to other things, but they actually got a solid range all round, and I think they are the best all round range. I think you could pick up for a hobby project any single INF Deepkin unit, and you would be happy with what you got. Yeah, I'd probably say KO will probably come second. I think they're probably the only two where like there's not a hatred towards the aesthetic at all. Well, obviously, but that's also why KO and IDK probably aren't as popular as some of the other ones. Yeah, AOS terrain, like everything AOS terrain. I think that Stormvault terrain they brought out is amazing. Top tier armies. So currently top of the meta, undisputed, is Seraphon. Undisputed top army in the meta is Seraphon. I think your other top armies are IDK. What is it? IDK, Caradron, Daughters of Cain, and Lumineth, and probably Bone Reapers still as well, and Gargants as well. In the current meta with the scenarios that we have, Gargants are certainly really good in the current meta. Because like as soon as you have focal points or knife to the heart in a scenario, or even blood and glory, like Gargants all of a sudden have, or even any scenario with like Seraphon. I mean, none of the Seraphon models count because, however, I do think Seraphon have some really cool models. Like the Carnosaur kit is awesome. I really love the Carnosaur kit, especially the Old Blood on foot. We showed Morphic's Old Blood before in our little pre-slideshow. I think that Old Blood that comes with that Carnosaur kit is a really solid model. That's my cat climbing on the roof. Who knows? Croak's gone out of production, so maybe we could see a new Lord Croak. I'd like to think Lord Croak might come back alive. Like, how cool would that be? Croak, imagine your body back. Like, make him this big, massive frog. Put him on that level of like Marathi and all that. He's an awesome model, and I would love to see him get a new kit. I mean, Croak's a mummy now, but I like the evolution of characters. And what if, like, he came back alive? Like, I think it gives Seraphon that cool story point that they're struggling, that they really don't have in Age of Sigmar currently. Because I think that's the issue with Seraphon for me. In AOS, like, they've got why they're in AOS, they've got who they are in AOS, but they have no why they are in AOS. If that makes sense. I think that's what Seraphon are lacking. Yep, there's a few armies. Oh, KO do have their characters. He just needs to go out. Like, KO clearly have a character they're trying to push behind. They just need to actually push behind him. Seraphon more than anyone suffer from it. Like, their lord did nothing. Like, Feck, we know Usharan is there behind the scenes. We know what he's doing. Like, Fire Slayers are sort of following Gotrek. Like, I know Gotrek isn't a Fire Slayer, but they are following in his steps. A lot of their lore will stem from him. Oh, good. Smorphic. Nice to see you there, man. Bonesplitter's army with lots of boars. One of my local mates actually runs that sort of army. Maybe I'll have to get him to get it painted up and bring it around one time so we can get a game in on the channel with it. And everyone should say a big thank you to Morphic, who has been the lovely fellow that's helping me out with making the Discord a little bit nicer. So massive thanks to Morphic in the chat there, because I am so technologically illiterate. He's been the one really helping drive and make the channel that little bit better with the Discord server. Oh, nice, Slanish. I do have some Slanish in there. Actually, while we're here, let's go check that poll, because I posted up a poll on the armies that sort of like half started last year to see which one people wanted. So we'll go have a check of that poll to see which one is actually winning my poll. So I put up Idenef, Deepkin, Blades of Corn, Hedonites, Slanish, Fire Slayers, and Bone Reapers. And it is neck and neck between Idenef, Deepkin, and Bone Reapers that people want to see. So there's a poll. It's like 5 days ago. Or I shared it 3 days ago again. Really help me try and split between those two, or maybe push one of the other ones up. Who knows? Alright, so that's that done. Now we're going to get some black, and now we're going to really start. We're going to paint all the gems, base coat them all black, and then build up the colors. So now we're just looking for all the little gems on the models to color in black. I don't like the technical use as much as I like the way I paint them. Just doesn't feel or look how I think. Oh, well, that's great, Jay Jethu. I am glad to hear you do not have the virus. That is completely fair, Nick. Go get some rest while you can, man. I know all too well that feeling. Have a good night, mate. We'll chat soon. Me, I'll probably be streaming for probably another hour or hour and a half. Morphic. And Morphic, yes, I agree with what you said in our message. Don't stay between us, but yes to what you suggested. Yeah. No, it's just finding all the gems because they're all in different places on every model. Nate, nice to see you there, man. You would be surprised how many people have picked up AOS. So literally the whole games club I've started that's now sold out a 50-player event literally stemmed from me meeting a few people that jumped in my Discord from finding the channel because they just picked up Age of Sigmar and they jumped in my Discord and then we started a games club from that and it's just grown with people picking up that. Australia's been really lucky. Not only did people pick up armies because they were bored, we also just had Mortal Realms hit just as the pandemic, in Australia at least, our first wave ended. So more and more people picked up Age of Sigmar from that. We've got 5 or 6 people with Nighthorn armies rocking about. I think there's a ton of people that have picked up Age of Sigmar. And so many people in the Discord server are the same. They would just go oh, I picked up Age of Sigmar. I mean, and really, the channel grew the rate it did because of the pandemic, I would say. Yeah, AOS is just smashing it. Our local community is just gone from strength to strength. Yeah, I think like Warhammer Fantasy had this thing of like it stagnated over time. I just slowly got less and less enthusiastic about what was happening in the game. And I say this as someone who loved fantasy. Like I played that game a lot. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money into that game. Awesome. It's always cool to like hear how people like find the channel and stuff like that. Yeah, and like that's the whole idea of it. Like I aim to not be like too over the top in depth with the stuff I put out. I feel there's some people who do that much better than I do. So what I generally try to do is I try to look at a very basic understanding of the game for people. Very minimal, basic understanding of like, this army is good at magic. This is like, so you know, cool. This army is good at magic. Like, and it just, there's a thing where like some people who've been into the game and like, I'm guilty of it as well, where you have this assumed knowledge with people. And I found myself like thinking this myself. I'm like, hey, hang on a sec. Like when I first started the channel and started getting starting videos and stuff like that, I had people asking me like, oh, like, will this army be good at magic? I'm like, don't you know that by looking at it? And you start to rethink how you perceive the game when you start thinking that like other people literally know nothing. They don't know that high elves are really good at magic coming into this from something else. And so that's what I aim the channel to be, is like the very basic level of Age of Sigmar. That and fun and narrative. And yeah, I definitely think like Warhammer Fantasy got to that point where it's just so overwhelming. So the Jade Earthy, like that's something we're going to be looking at doing. Is we will be doing Anvil of Apotheosis for most of the characters in narrative campaigns. So we should have a like Path to Glory campaign kicking off soon. That'll have some slightly changed Path to Glory rules. After looking at a few things from a bunch of friends that have been playing Path to Glory recently, so I'll have my own Path to Glory rule set, which I will make into a PDF for people to see my changes to it. And so, yeah, we will be using Anvil of Apotheosis in that. And yeah, the fantasy one, like, fantasy was selling bad, like, really bad. And, like, all these people that go, like, oh, Tomb King, like, that want Tomb Kings back, Tomb Kings utterly flopped, like, so hard when they got redone in 8th edition. This awesome bunch of awesome, fantastic bunch of new models, and they just sunk. No worries, Nate. Thank you for joining for however long you can, man. Much appreciated. I will catch you soon, buddy. A matter of all these small little details on the Wildwood Ranges now before they're done. Slowly but surely get them all done. Realizing I missed a few face marks on a bunch of different Wildwood Ranges. You should totally restart your Sylvaneth. Models of the Wildwood Ranges, I have none fully done yet. These will be done soon, and I want to do the basing straight away on them, just so I can test and see if all my basing ideas will work. But then once we've done these, get them based, we'll probably paint up the two banners that I got there that will need to just go into the units here, and then we'll start on the Wild Riders. I might knock out the Nomad Prince before then. And then once all that's done, it's just the Tree Lords to go. And so, yeah. Really just looking forward to like playing around with my basing on this. I really want to go all out and have like some really like thick jungle sort of style bases on them, or forest bases on them. So yeah. Yeah, once we've got this Living City army done, it's onto them. Onto the Lumineth. How many armies do I have? All of them. Painted up. So I've got multiple cities of Sigmar's armies painted up. I've got Zinch. I've got Storm. I've got multiple Stormcast armies. I've got Zinch painted up. I've got Gloomspike Gits painted up. I've got Beasts of Chaos painted up. They're the ones that are painted up. I have a ton of armies that aren't painted up. Well, that's a big thing for me this year. There's a whole Bone Reapers army just there. There's an Ogre army as well. And I have like most things in Cities of Sigmar. Yeah, I have a lot of Warhammer. Yeah, I think All Dwarden can certainly be good. Tempest Eye, without a doubt, All Dwarden is a very, very solid list. Ironbreakers and Iron Drakes will do you a lot of good, and even some Longbeards in them, and Gyrocopters. I think you probably want a couple of Wizards in there. Like, Cities is hard to run anything pure. You probably want a few Wizards and a few like bits and pieces in there from some other stuff, but I think you can do good things with just Dwarves. Hey, hi, Tyron Red. I am good, thank you. Yourself? And Jay Deathing? Nice. Yeah, I've seen people do like plenty of conversions like that. I mean, I'm converting up my Pistoliers to be out of Glade Riders, so they're going to be Wood Elf Pistoliers for my Tempest list. That's fair enough, man. I can't read still my Wildwood Rangers. Hopefully finishing them up soon. Oh, nice. Law Seeker. I have one of them just there that needs to. Once this Living City army is done, we'll be on to those Lumineth over there. No worries, Dan. I'll catch you later. Probably going to finish up in the next 10 or so anyway. I got works tomorrow. But yeah, got a good amount of progress done tonight. We're so close to being done, which is awesome. Just so happy with almost being done on these models. No worries, Dirthu. I will see you soon, man. We'll be back Friday night and Saturday and Sunday night, as always. And tomorrow night we will have Mortal Citizens on Cities of Sigmar podcast. Yeah, if you're still with us, thank you for coming, joining, and watching tonight. We will be back on Friday night and Sunday night with Hobby Hangouts. That'll be the weekly schedule going forward. But besides that, we'll have Mortal Citizens tomorrow night. That'll be irregular, whenever we can get organising it. And we will have a narrative show every second Tuesday, and we'll also have the Soulbound show coming up soon for everyone as well. Alrighty, well, we're going to leave it there for tonight, everyone. Thank you all for coming and watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to become a patron, please do so by following one of the links to the description in the video. But other than that, stay safe, stay well, everyone. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.